Hi guys, Monkey's Nutscom here. This is just going to be a little vlog basically about the little updates I've been doing to my car. As you can see from my previous vlog, the front end has changed a bit. Basically, the major changes are I've moved the number plate down and I've put rally lights on it, basically spotlights. The reason for moving the number plate down has basically been because, well, as you can see, I've gone and taken out all the bottom of the bumper. That was mainly because the bit of plastic in the middle, that was all broken. There's meant to be little lines going across there, which are all snapped off. Don't know how they've happened, but they were just like that when I had it. That fog light didn't work. The whole mounting, the whole case had snapped. This one did work, but obviously one fog light is going to be a bit pointless really, it looks a bit stupid. So I've taken both of them out. Now the plan is, I'm going to cut open that hole a little bit more. I'm going to put a pipe going up to the air filter to make it into a cold air feed to cool the engine down a bit more. Other than that, the bottom of it is just going to stay open. There's these little flaps here, little rubber things that I'm going to get rid of as well, because I don't really know what they do. They look like they put air back into the radiator. In that case I might just leave them in actually, but no, the reason for me moving the number plate down from here, because obviously that's where it used to be, was because I planned to drill some holes in here, sort of like quite big ones, to get more air going into the radiator, into the engine, to cool it down better. Now you see, the reason why obviously I can't do that is because the cross member goes perfectly behind here. The number plate normally just screws into the plastic. It doesn't screw into the cross member, but no, the front bit basically just goes straight behind there, which would be obvious because the toe point is there, which obviously goes straight into the chassis. So obviously I can't drill holes in there. Now I've put the number plate down there mainly just because it looks a bit better. It looks nicer. And that's pretty much it about the number plate. But the spotlights, they're fully road legal. I could make them illegal by putting more powerful bulbs in, but there's no point really, because when I do have them on, I mean the main reason for me getting them is because my high beam is really poor. Wind's picking up a bit now, so I don't know how you're gonna do hearing me, but no, my high beam, don't know why, because I've put decent bulbs in. The high beam's really poor for some reason. I've adjusted the bulbs and everything, and where the position of the light is and everything. Low beam is fine. Main beam is fine. High beam is just really dim. Don't know why. But anyway, the spotlights, I have wired them in to the fog light wires basically. So I've taken the fog light wires, put them up. I'll open the bonnet so that you can see. I've got to move them down just to get into the bonnet. It's a bit of a but that's just how I've got to do it. Put it in, take the truck off then. Engine bay is a bit dirty, so I need to get that clean. But no, the wires go basically from the fogs and they go down. And then I've got the case for the fog lights on both sides, which I've just got literally just wired into the fog light wires. The only bits I really needed to get were the right ampage wire and obviously connectors and everything. Apart from that, fine, they work fine. The way that I've gone and secured them is by cutting out a part of the plastic grill, drilling a hole on the right side. It was an 8mm hole that I needed, and then all I've simply done is bolted it in at the bottom. and then it goes in like fine. They're a little bit wobbly, however when you're driving that you can't see them basically. They don't affect your driving. I do need to tighten the bolt because they have a tendency to like start hanging down, not that much, but just that little bit so that you can, it's not as good as when you were driving basically. But no, the two wires are obviously the earth and then the connector. No, that's how they're wired in. Well, it doesn't shut properly. It does shut properly, but it's not that good to be honest. No, that's pretty much it with the lights. There's a bit of silver trim here missing from the top of the bumper now. That's only missing because I took that off because my original plan was to drill a hole into the top of the bumper to secure the lights on. However, I can't do that because right underneath there it's metal. From another part of the front bumper, front area, cross member thing. So I can't do that. It's a bit of a pain, but it just means that they're a bit higher. I think they look alright. I mean, it just makes the front of the car look a bit more rally-like. The indicators on the front bumper I'd like to get clear. Oh no, I'm not getting them clear because there's indicator bulbs in the lights there, but I just haven't wired the. They're not wired in yet. The bulbs are in there, so they work, but I just haven't wired them in. Which is probably going to be obviously from moving the indicator wires all the way up to the cluster. Then the indicators, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for a facelift bumper, facelift front bumper, which basically means that with the facelift, the indicators did move up into the cluster. So with the facelift bumper, it means that it'd be sort of all one bit, and then obviously, because on the original bumper, it's got like bits here where it's been touched up, where it's hit something, God knows what. I mean, there's scratches on both front corners. There's just like, it looks like it's just been like Tipp-Exed or something with black stuff. So it's a bit rubbish really, but the rear bumpers are like that as well. Yeah, my car's like really proper dirty. Yeah, here there's like loads of blue bits where it's hit something, and then loads of blue paint's ended up on it, so it looks like it's hit a car at some point. I don't know when, but I mean, it was like that when I got it. Couple of other updates. The back of the car's pretty much stayed the same like last video. The wheels are the standard Focus wheels that I got. Now I've sprayed them white to make them look a bit nicer because the silver paint on them was going. But no, apart from that, they're fine. On this front corner, I've had a new, I mean, I've had a new drive shaft on both sides, but I've had a new, what's it called? The hub, basically. The bit that sort of like the suspension goes into, drive shaft goes into, the drop link goes into, steering arm goes into, the bottom wishbone goes into, all those bits. I had a new complete one, basically, because the bearing on the old one had gone. Now, the one that I've replaced it with, I got from a scrap heap, which is better condition than the one that I had. However, it did have a little bit of movement in it. It is really just a temporary. No way is it going to last me because it's got a bit of a wobble to it. But I mean, it's much better quality than the one that I did have because there's not the scraping of metal sound when I'm driving it now. Which is obviously when all the windows are shut and everything, you'll be able to hear that. It'll be a lot clearer. What's scraping that bumper? I think I might have done that at some point. I don't know. But no, it's going to make my videos when the windows are shut a lot quieter because you won't be able to hear that noise. So you'll be able to hear me speaking. You'll be able to hear the radio a bit better. you'll be able to hear what's going on around a bit better. But now, I mean, that's pretty much it really. Cars obviously, I've been doing some off-road on it, which is the reason to have those wheels on, because they've got more off-road tyres type of thing. Plus, sort of like, I just take the air a little bit and then I'll make the grip. Which are they're the wheels that you'll see in the intro and outro videos. It's nearly done. I need to get a couple of structural bits basically to make it a bit stronger at its front. I can't really think of anything else it needs. I mean, for once, right now, mechanically, it's actually sound, apart from that front hub that will need replacing at some point, but apart from that, it's actually alright. I'm going to get loads of dodgy looks from people now, just walking around with myself with the helmet on. But, no, oh, where am I? No, I know where I am, what I'm talking about. This is Tulacra Beach. Well, this is not actually the beach, this is just the beach car park. The beach is just over the sand dunes there. But, no, it's a lovely area. There's a bit of water over there, because Tulacra is one bit where it comes straight out. So Tulacra is, I think, it's one of the most northern parts of North Wales. Apart from here, the next one is Llandudno, the Great Orme, I think. But looking on a map nearest to my town, Statyn, Tulacra is like the very tip-top corner of it, which is where we are exactly right now. Normally we used to be able to drive up there, which would take us up a little bit further up to the beach, not up to the actual beach, closer to the beach. Don't know why it's shut. I can imagine, because there's quite a bit of, like, a little bit of water around here, and there's a bit of mud and stuff. I can imagine it's quite bad condition up there. Plus, it looks like it hasn't been open for a while, because there's a lot of, like, footmarks and stuff, people walking up there, not driving, so. No, that's pretty much it. Today it's brightening up a bit. It's getting quite nice. I should have brought my sunglasses out really. But no, that's the update on the car. On my channel, I've got a new intro video, a little intro bit for my monthly bad driving recommendations. So obviously you'll see that at the end of this month when I do my July bad drivers. I haven't got that many, so it's not going to be in this video, but my randoms, I'd like to do the same as what I've done. I'm not going to say what I've done with the bad drivers intro, but I'd like to do the same with the randoms intro. It's just a matter of organising it and sorting out the video and editing it and stuff. But, no, I need to go and do job hunting the next this week, so yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a video. I don't know how long it's going to be. I think it might end up being like quarter of an hour or something, but no, that was a little update on the video. The only reason I did this really was because someone said, I don't know if they meant it as a joke or not, but someone said that I should do a spotlights. Someone else has said that they don't like them, they look a bit silly. I don't know, they look alright. I mean, they make the front end look a bit more rally-like. I could do with a better front bump. Apart from that, no, they look alright, to be honest. Not that bad. No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, this has been Monkey's Nuts.com, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.